What's up, everyone? I'm PG. I'm chillin', and this is my review of the new 21 Savage album, American Dream. 21. It's been an interesting stretch of years for 21 Savage. His collaborations with Drake and Metro Boomin have been instrumental in making him a borderline rap superstar, especially during a time period where it seems like we are lacking new mainstream rap stars. But this is now his first solo album since 2018's I Am Greater Than I Was, so over that time, he has gained a lot more recognition, which means higher expectations for his music. And 21 attempts to give some sort of conceptual album. We start off with a spoken intro from his actual mother over this dark piano solo and orchestral music. She talks about making sacrifices and overcoming challenges for the betterment of her son. A nice sentiment to start off the album. This transitions nicely into a soul sample for the next track, All of Me, which is a banger right out the gate, has that signature menacing type of production for 21, and he feels right at home talking about crime and struggle at a young age, with his usual cold and monotone delivery. The next song is Red Rum. This also opens up with a sample, a Brazilian sample, and it sounds like a Spanish opera. It is beautiful, and there's a note from it looped in the beat, the usual talk from 21. And how many times does he say pussy? A lot. Pussy. Then we get NHIE featuring Doja Cat. Apparently that stands for Never Have I Ever. So they both rap about how they would never go against who they are and their code. Doja has a solid performance, and I would say that the guitar licks carry the beat and the song overall. Then we have the song Sneaky, which many, including myself, seem to really like, mainly due to the catchy ad-lib. It's a placeholder ad-lib throughout the verses that works well for 21 and his style, against the thumping bass. Then we get more thumping bass and another cold sounding beat with Pop Your Shit. This is the first of several songs on here produced by Metro Boomin. And it definitely sounds like a track that could have been on one of the Savage modes. And we get a standard feature from Young Thug, 21. The next song is Letter to My Brother, and it shares a heartfelt tone and message regarding street life, having to go through betrayal, loss, and even asking for forgiveness. Probably the most well thought out pair of verses he delivers on a song on this album. And then he follows something heartfelt with some gang violence. As you do, on the song Dangerous with Lil Durk. I'll say this, Lil Durk did snap and clearly had shit to get off his chest. After this is Nina, and it opens up with Travis Scott right out the gate, who delivers my favorite feature on here. And you know he's about to go hard when he turns down the auto-tune and turns up with that semi-raspy voice. 21 rides the Metro beat too. Pause. 21. Now, on the rest of the album, which is 6 tracks at this point, that's where the menacing trap production stops and it starts to slow down and slow the pace. Hell, we hear 21 try and do a sing rap auto tune combo on the song See the Real. It's basically 21 doing a bad Drake impression. On Prove It, we get an R&B vibe with a well-flipped Faith Evans sample, along with Summer Walker. At least he's rapping on this one. And Summer Walker has a very good performance too. Then we get to the next song, Should Have Wore a Bonnet. I know he's British and all, but there's still something funny about any rapper or anyone trying to go hard saying bonnet. And Brent Faiyaz was a nice surprise on here, and he was definitely the highlight of the song. On Just Like Me, we get Burna Boy, who gives a great performance over this fluttery sounding guitar in the background. 21 raps about a relationship and how she acts innocent, but really she's not. And if you thought the last few songs I discussed were a departure from the first half of the album, that doesn't stop at Red Sky. They're not credited on here, but the chorus is done by Mickey Echo and Tommy Newport. It's a somber chorus over this orchestral beat. The closing song, Dark Days with Maria the Scientist, also has a somber tone to it, where it sounds like 21 is coming to terms with what happened in his past and feeling like he finally made it. Aww, even gangsters cry. That's a line in the song. Pussy. And then it closes out with his mom speaking just like in the intro. So after all that I've described, it almost sounds like two different albums that don't exactly connect the concept being presented. The American Dream, the sacrifice, the determination. We get the cold demeanor of 21 talking about street life and those obstacles. And then we hear 21 attempt to talk about love, desire, and relationships. And for that part, it's genuinely the features that carry. But even with all that, 21's performance is relatively similar, aside from a few tracks. Similar flow and his monotone style. And that's really been the biggest gripe with 21 Savage. So in that regard, he hasn't really evolved. I did enjoy most of this album though, a lot of slappers on this thing. Very strong first half, and I think he met, if not exceeded, my expectations. Buried Somewhere Here is a concept record which is at the very least well produced, which for the most part do make up for 21's shortcomings. My favorite songs are All of Me, Red Rum, Sneaky, Nina, and Prove It. But what are your thoughts on this album? Are you living your American dream? No, I'm not. These are my thoughts. Stay blessed.